2 years after the events of Bloodgrave, Nico Bellic, who is now Agent 11 in the FIB's agent program, is sent with his FIB partner, Agent 14, to respond to a distress signal from an FIB safehouse. Upon arriving, they realise that classified FIB passcodes have been stolen and the culprit is attempting to escape. After giving chase and eliminating the suspect, however, Agent 11 discovers that the culprit transferred the classified passcodes to another person mid-chase. The security of the United States hangs in the balance. This is Grand Theft Auto: The Second Wave. Agent 11 and the director of the Liberty City division of the FIB, Claudia Angel, are thrown in front of the Attorney General and are directed to retrieve the passcodes using any means necessary. The Attorney General also notifies Agent 11 that, after the assignment is complete, he will be getting transferred to Los Santos in San Andreas. No ifs, no buts. On the way back to the FIB HQ, however, Claudia Angel receives information that the FIB is being hacked into from somewhere within the broker district of Liberty City. Before they can properly triangulate it, however, the FIB building is attacked and the bomber manages to escape. 12 hours later, Claudia Angel attends a memorial service for those who perished in the attack on the FIB building. She makes a promise to herself: she will find those responsible. Meanwhile, Nico and his fiancée, Kiki Jenkins, are spending some time together. They go out to a restaurant for a drink and to discuss the future. After some passive and neutral conversation, Nico mentions how he's being transferred to Los Santos in San Andreas after his current assignment is complete. Kiki, taken aback by this, is visibly upset. Nico is always dedicated to his duty as an FIB agent and never on them as a couple, she proclaims. A small argument breaks out. Nico wants her to come with him to Los Santos, but Kiki proclaims how their life together is here in Liberty City. Out of anger, Kiki hits Nico and leaves him. Their relationship is left hanging in the balance. The next day, both Agent 11 and 14 rendezvous with Director Angel to receive details of their assignment at the new temporary FIB base of operations. Their assignment? An FIB contact, Kathy Ronson, has gathered information on the hacker that originated in Broker. Her undercover operation has revealed the identity of said hacker. Nico is tasked with meeting their contact and to gather the intelligence, and then to arrest the individual behind the stolen passcodes. After being given an advanced pistol to use from the professor, Nico sets out to meet the broker contact. Sometime later, Nico arrives at the Irish bar in his own Banshee sports car. Kathy arrives via helicopter. Inside the pub, Kathy warns Nico that the person responsible is a Swedish terrorist who is being assisted by a rogue FIB agent. She has been undercover with him for 3 months and has gained his trust, as she reveals how he arrived in Liberty City on a fishing boat with a bullet in his leg. She helped him and now he wants revenge. The Swedish ultranationalist is seeking to gain access to a USB device that is locked securely in a hotel. This device holds valuable information that would wreak destruction on the country. After a subtle interrogation from Bellic, Kathy Ronson reveals that the rogue FIB operative who is helping this Swedish terrorist is Agent 27. Otherwise known as Tony Ronson, the brother of Kathy. She also reveals that she was sent by Tony to stall Nico. Nico then forces Kathy to take him to her brother, but before they are able to, their vehicle is ambushed by Tony's men and both of them are kidnapped. 4 hours later, Tony Ronson takes Nico and Kathy to an ex-FIB safehouse in Alderney, where he confesses that he was the one who stole the passcodes and attacked the FIB building using them. He then goes on to outline his plan to Bellic. He will trade the classified FIB passcodes with the Swedish terrorist in return for access to every major financial account within Liberty City. Nico asks why. Why betray his country? Tony Ronson, clearly reveling in his wicked genius, explains how the law is broken within the United States and the system needs to change. The law failed him and now he is exacting his revenge. Meanwhile, Kathy, at the feet of her deranged brother, is being killed for betraying his cause. Ronson's goons take Nico outside and order him to get in the car and drive north. As he does, Nico hears a faint beeping sound, a bomb. Nico gets in the car, punches it into gear and races for the open ocean. Just before the bomb explodes, Nico jumps out and manages to escape near death. After Ronson's attempt to make Nico's death look like an accident fails, he escapes with the passcodes in hand. However, Nico returns to the safe house and manages to find a forgotten letter inside with details of the meeting. He decides to follow and ambush the meet itself. Nico and the FIB manage to ambush the deal in the nick of time. Down the sniper scope, Nico notices Ronson trade the FIB passcodes over to the Swedish terrorist. A shootout then erupts in the middle of downtown Algonquin. As Agent Ronson is apprehended by Bellic, the buyer of the passcodes manages to get away before backup arrives on scene. Sometime later, Claudia Angel notifies Bellic, who is now driving home in his personal silver de Classe Vigero, that the buyer was identified as Albert Wave, a Swedish weapons specialist and ultranationalist. Wave was also seen renting a hotel room in the Majestic Hotel, the same hotel that Kathy mentioned to Nico regarding the destructive USB device. Nico is stunned. Everything is falling into place. Albert Wave is going to steal the USB device and use it to attack the United States, with the FIB passcodes giving him unlimited access to any secure computer system. Suddenly, a car smashes into Nico. It's Albert Wave. A huge car chase around the nighttime streets of Alderney then occurs, with Nico trying to escape Albert Wave, who is attempting to take him out. It ends with Nico's damaged Vigero narrowly avoiding an open area on the roof of a multi-storey car park, and Albert Wave's Huntley Sport flying off the roof of the building and crashing below. Wave escapes from the scene before Nico can apprehend him. The following morning, Nico arrives at the Majestic Hotel to investigate and spots Albert Wave leaving with the USB drive. A shootout in the hotel lobby then occurs, with Wave then narrowly escaping. Nico follows suit. The two engage in an intense foot chase through the streets of Algonquin. Albert steals a nearby car and races off to his destination, the old FIB HQ that Tony Ronson destroyed. Why? Because if he activated the USB drive through the FIB's secure servers, gaining access to said servers using the passcodes, he would have access to every major financial account in the United States, effectively giving him the power to collapse the entire US financial system at the click of a button. Albert Wave manages to break in and steal major funds from American corporations, over $400 billion worth, and then begins the process of a financial collapse, crashing the stock market and ridding accounts of funds. However, before further damage can be done, Nico arrives and stops Wave. After a further shootout, Albert takes the USB device and escapes. He races towards a nearby helicopter pad, and Nico follows closest behind. Both then end up in a fiery and intense helicopter chase. Both of them crash land at the Statue of Liberty, causing havoc along the island. With nowhere else to go, Nico manages to hunt Albert Wave down and stop him before he can leave the city with both the USB drive and the passcodes. Wave proclaims how arresting him solves nothing. The system needs changing, and he is the spark which will have started the fire. However, Nico has faith and is optimistic about the future. Wave's plan has failed. Albert then states, "You're a cop, and cops do not kill unarmed people." With one shot left in the chamber, Nico, thinking through his options, utters one line that spelled the end for Albert Wave. The name's Nico Bellic. I'm the law. Nico then kills Albert and retrieves both the passcodes and the USB drive. 3 days later, Nico meets with Claudia at the Civilization Committee building. She informs Nico that Albert Wave's actions caused brief but minimal financial damage to the country, and that all the funds have been returned to their rightful owners. The passcodes have been destroyed and new ones have been drafted, and the USB drive also has been destroyed for national security reasons. Nico is now content. They managed to avert a disaster. Claudia then reveals to Nico that she has been promoted to Chief Director of the FIB, and will be moving to Los Santos with Nico after her confirmation hearings. Nico congratulates Claudia. After gathering his supplies, Nico arrives at Liberty City International Airport, where Claudia is waiting and prepares to leave. Just before he does, Claudia bids him goodbye and wishes him well. Nico then boards the helicopter and flies out towards Los Santos, leaving his life in Liberty City behind, flying out to an undetermined future to begin the next chapter of his life.